Welcome back to Magic Gathering Strat. I am playing the Trinket deck because I need to practice, because I have ambitions. Maybe, I haven't yet decided. There will be like a commitment video if I decide to try to grind for mocks during the season that begins on the 20th of March. If I do, I will try to schedule as many dailies as possible, and yes, I will be filming them, though I reserve the rights to just censor them if I do really stupid stuff and lose. Like I did at the end of the Trinket versus Stompy video that I just released. Please don't watch the last 3 minutes of that video. Because Stompy has a better matchup. Or Trinket has a better matchup than against Stompy than my record shows, obviously. But I'll try to focus. It is the blue-black Trinket deck I will start out with if I play for mocks. If I lose a lot, I tend to tilt and change deck. If I don't lose a lot, I will stick to it. It has served me well. I have more 3-1s and 4-0s with Trinket than with all other decks combined, including my pretty hot run with Infect. So I feel quite confident. If I'm tired and it's late at night, I'll probably play Burn, because that doesn't require so much thinking. Here is some thinking to be done. We are playing against Miguel P, and this is actually a hand that should be kept. And we can. One of the things with the Trinket is that we can wait for blue mana. That always confuses me when people wait. Okay, so it's Affinity. Fume Spitters will be good for handling their disciples. We already have a Trinket versus Affinity video, yes. So this will now be a play session video. Early Tog. I'd like to kill Early Tog. I can 2-for-1 myself and kill Early Tog. I very much like to do that, so I will. But I do have the combo. Do I kill Early Tog with 2 Spitters? Yep, that's what I'll do. But I can be a bit casual about it, right? Prism, that's okay. I don't like playing Prism in Affinity. I think it's too slow. You don't want to spend your second turn doing nothing. Frogmite! I think maybe I'll kill Atog here actually. Or not. I have to kill him because things could get out of hand quickly. What do I do now? I think playing Crypt Rats could draw out the Galvanic Blast. So it doesn't hit my Muldrifter when I go for the combo next turn. So Crypt Rats is now a bait. Don't challenge me randomly without talking to me first. Please. I'm gonna take that. And Cryptos live. So we have the combo, but do we want to use it? And I think the answer is always yes. And even if he kills me, I will have drawn 2 cards. Yeah, let's do it. And you must remember to always stack things the right way here. Like this. So I draw the 2 cards. And then I could draw Undying Evil, right? And then I cast Undying Evil. And that will probably get the Galvanic Blast. Yes. So the end result of everything was that I cast Divination, basically. I still got the Crypt Rats, though. I can still draw a card from Baron Moore. And I attack because I will probably not block. So I still feel confident. But some stuff needs to happen. Next turn. As you saw in the 1099 matches with Trinket, Pauper Walkthroughs episode 7. Search for it on the channel if you haven't seen it. Or look at mtgostrat.com because it contains matchup statistics for every major matchup. And Affinity is a very easy matchup for this deck. And you will hopefully learn why in this game. The only way they win is usually by comboing out with a Togs. And now he's offering the 2-for-1. And I think I'd rather just take the 2-for-1 here, right? That'll leave me at 12 lives and his guy's dead. Except that he had that thing. So now we are in trouble, except that we are not. Capsule. Is sweet. Gonna use Capsule. We are gonna cycle for action. We are gonna draw an endless amount of lands. Fume Spitter will probably block here. Or are we happy to take another 2 points? No, I don't think we are. So what new devilry is this? I am flooded! I wanted to show you how to win against Affinity. You can never feel very safe against Affinity, though. You can, but you have to. They have to have no cards in hand, or 1 card, and you have an Augur. Here's Carapace Forger. And I'm probably blocking and using the Fume Spitter on the Frogmite. But if I block next turn instead, I save myself 4 damage instead of 2, so that must be better. So I'm not gonna block. New bid, no block. So I can block Carapace Forger and prevent 4 damage instead. But I'm gonna need to draw some business now. And that's why you shouldn't play Carapace Forger before the attack. Because I might very well have used the Fume Spitter there. It's the drum! I am now keeping notes in an Excel sheet. So I'm gonna take notes of this match while he durdles around a bit. So I'm playing against Nigo LP, he is Affinity. Another giant dude. And we just have to look for answers. This is the aggro deck I keep Signing Blood in, at least 3 of them. We used to, but now I don't know really with the other cards we have in the sideboard, because now we probably want the edict effects. Well, now it's pretty clear. I'm gonna block the Frogmite with the Chittering Rats and block Carapace Forger with Fume Spitter and kill that guy. So why play him before combat? Okay, focus. I need to win this. Another Disciple of the Vault. Is fairly bad for me. I'm gonna need to save Chittering Rats here, right? No, I probably need to kill the Disciple. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. So that's 4 damage and a dead rat. But I really need to draw business now. So here, this is me digging for business by getting rid of yet another swamp. 7 lives. 1 Crypt Rat will solve it all. But I don't get it, and I've lost. That was somewhat floodish. So the original plan against Affinity was no sideboard. The other plan was +1 lifestyle, -1 Signing Blood. But now we want the verdicts as well. And probably the Spinning Darknesses. So I guess that means that we are taking out Chittering Rats. And 2 Signing Blood. Didn't I just bring in 5 cards? No. And I don't bring in the 4th Crypt Rat. Why don't I? How many Crypt Rats do I want to have in play? The 4th Crypt Rat is probably better than the Signing Blood. So I'm bringing that in, but I'm not sure. I'm talking to Pauper Chat. I want to have a sideboard plan ready for next Wednesday if I'm going to grind. Because getting into the mocks, it takes some good play, which I obviously weren't capable of in the blue-black Trinket versus Stompy video. It takes some good play, but it also takes grinding. It takes putting in the hours. So I will, if I go for it, I will present the calculation what I'm going to do and what kind of time I think it will take for me. But the MOX is it's Magic 2013 sealed deck, and that should fit me quite well. Alright, we need to take a mulligan here, and this is a keep. You might wonder about Fume Spitter, but we need him for the Disciple, And we need him for the double life staff we now have, that we will hopefully be able to get with the Trinket Mage. There is a question if you should really play the Fume Spitter first turn, because he will probably play the Disciple if you don't play the Fume Spitter. I'm not sure, maybe it's too cheap of a trick to actually work. I will try to get 3 matches into one of these play videos if I don't have the energy to go on. They are pretty demanding to do a continuous film like this. What about Krarklan Shaman? Will I let him 2-for-1 me? Yes, I will. But now I am in need of blue mana, and that's the way you often die with the Trinket deck. We need to beat this guy. I don't know about Signing Blood. I probably will miss it. Because drawing more cards like Affinity is critical, and with 4 thought casts, he will draw more cards. Some of the time, if you don't have the Signing Bloods. But as I said, I will have an answer for that. Look at Prophetic Prism here. It does nothing for the whole second turn. And against another aggro deck, it can be death for the Affinity deck. I prefer Terrarium. I know it's a bit old-fashioned, but I do. Dimir Aqueduct, and I feel safe. But I draw Muldrifter. And I don't feel safe. But I do have the Edict for the Mirror Enforcer. He seems to be having some mana problems. That's a shame. And now the Enforcer will be hard to deal with. Rulesh would probably just kill the Frogmite with the Fume Spitter and kill the Enforcer. It's just one Enforcer. He has so many cards. That's not an Enforcer because he's duressing me. So that means we have to kill the Frogmite. I think it's a mistake to bring in duress against Trinket. There are not that many targets. This will often happen. Storm count 5. What the what? I've never seen that before. So it does count the storm count. Wow. That's so unnecessary. Especially in Pauper. Well done. Blue mana, please. No. And as I said before, this is often the way you will lose with Trinket, because the mana base is unstable, and sometimes it will just screw you over. You are going to have to keep 2 land hands with a no blue. And some of the time you will just die like this. I'm gonna take a swing with the Enforcer, hoping to draw into something. But I'll probably not take 2 swings. But he will not be alone at the end of this turn. Other creatures of note will be joining him. Like Carapace Forger. And Atog. And Atog! Yes. Okay, Atog will need to die. We are going to block him and try to get rid of him next turn. That's quite a decent card actually. That will buy us some time. Though how much time can it buy against these giant dudes? Springleaf Drum. Atog will not survive until the end of this turn. So blocking Atog, blocking one Forger, using both Spitters on the Atog. It does have to sacrifice something though. Yeah, one thing he needs to sacrifice. And he did sacrifice the Springleaf Drum, so then we can just get rid of him. We're still at 15, but now we have nothing against 8 power of creatures. So it will be pretty quick now when we perish. Bye bye Tog. And there is another Fume Spitter trying to buy us time. He didn't want any of that. Well, we do have a problem. A problem that is pretty much not solvable anymore. I don't think we can get out of this. If there is any chance that we can get out of this, it involves drawing the island, pretty much. And now we're just dead. Does he have 8 artifacts? 1, 2, 3. He doesn't have it. Did he? Oh, Spinning Darkness would be awesome here. Can he fling? No. This looks weird to me. But of course it's pretty hard to recover from. And we lose against Affinity 2-0. So we are now at 317, 163, and that's a 66% win percentage in tournaments. And in the practice room. So let's see another game. I will try to cover 3 matches at least here. But no, yeah, it will be 3 matches. And if I'm unlucky, it will be 2 long Cloudpost games. Which I will just love. And here is X-Luther. Yes, I would like to play first. This is not the capable hand, so I'm taking a mulligan. This deck do recover from mulligans pretty well. Does recover from mulligans is the real word. I'm taking a mulligan. I'm keeping this hand. It has some removal and stuff. Probably enough stuff to see me through. So the question is, X-Luther, will you mulligan? He didn't show, so I'm conceding the match to make it and I'm blocking him so I don't have to deal with him again. Yeah, let's find someone else. Same guys online here. I use this buddy list mostly for creating the matchup videos, and as this is a play session video, it's I've already covered all the matches with Trinket against the decks that these people have, so that's why I'm playing in the tournament practice room now. Maybe it would be a good idea to play against one of my buddies here instead to avoid things like that. And not sure, but then I would get to choose the matchups. This is a keep, not the best keep ever, but still a keep. No mulligan. And we are of course going for the swamp here. It's Affinity again! Yeah, it's the days of Affinity, and I'm telling you that I have such a great matchup. So I better deliver now. Got a lot of nice things here to use against Affinity. Augur Slip is a combo. Springleaf Drum and 1 mana Frogmite. No creature on turn 2. That is completely awesome for us. So we play the Augur of Skulls, and note that even that I'm in my 4th match playing Trinket, the 2 Stompy matches and these 2 matches, and I haven't set the stop in my upkeep for my Augur. Augur is a lot better here than in most aggro matchup because he can block the 4/4s all day, and that is very important. I can actually recur the Augur here, so I'm absolutely going to use him quickly, and probably together with Tragic Slip then to get rid of that Enforcer. That will leave him with 2 cards in hand, so I'm pretty comfortable right now. So there we go. Throw away your card, sir. And we do have Morbid activated. Atog goes to the graveyard. That's something we love to see. And the capsules are just stacking up. Wish I could play them for blue mana, but I can't. And this is why we have so much cheap removals. We can survive missing land drop number 3. But he has Thoughtcast. And that could dig him out on many a hole. Krarklan Shaman is pretty much a dead card against us. Though not combined with that guy. Disciple has the weird ability of being immune to Capsule, but he's not immune to Fume Splitter, so we probably just kill him here as quickly as we can before there are any shenanigans. We are quite happy to let Krarklan Shaman beat us down. Though he does provide vital edict protection. Togas! How big can Tog get? 13. We could very well be dead. If he has a fling too, we are dead. If we draw a swamp, Tog is dead. But we do not draw a swamp. So Tog is not dead, and we will probably die. He could very well kill us this turn. All it takes is a fling. And given that he has done so little, it's very likely that he has a fling. So, if he doesn't know our deck, maybe he doesn't want to cast a fling into one open blue mana. In case we have Dispel or something. But I don't think we'll be that lucky. It is his last chance to use the Atog. And he knows it. I'm glad we have such strong statistics against this deck, so you know that we are not a dog to Affinity, because these games are playing out all in Affinity's favor. Having said that, you should of course respect Affinity, because they can do stuff like this. There are a few other decks where just one attack by one creature is lethal for 20 damage. He's thinking very hard about this. So, you have to take the step. Galvanic Blast. So yeah, it could be lethal anyway, just with Galvanic Blast. Yeah, that wasn't very impressive on our part. Don't know what I could have done differently. So, once again then, the plan. Bringing in life staff, bringing in the verdicts, bringing in crypt rats, taking out the signs in blood. And bringing in spinning darkness over chittering rats. I'm not sure about spinning darkness. Seems to be really crappy against the 4/4s. But Pauper Chat recommends them, so I think that's the sideboard we're gonna do. And I know it wasn't the same sideboard as I did just recently. So he's thinking about his sideboarding against me. And I don't know what that could be. Probably something nasty. Okay, I would like to play first. This looks like a really good hand. It's sad that we can't cast a second turn Augur, but he will do more damage if he comes third turn, perhaps. Playable Trinket Mage is pretty good. On turn 3, if we don't cast the Augur. So what's the plan? Do we cast the Augur or the Trinket Mage? Okay, now the Augur is castable right now, so we will cast him. Because we do want to get rid of his cards. We also have the Tragic Slip combo for the early Carpet Forger. And there is like clockwork. So that's a pretty decent start, but we got to start similar to that in another game here, and I can't even remember how that went. Okay, so it's my upkeep, I hope, except that he has something to think about. There. So I am making him discard 2 cards. And I'll draw my card. I'll destroy the Carpet Forger. I will cycle this land. And there is Spinning Darkness. We have 2 black cards in the graveyard, so now we shall see how good it is. It seems... I have so many reservations against Spinning Darkness. Pauper Chat says it's good, so it probably is good. But maybe it isn't good in the Affinity matchup. There's a target at least. That wasn't the most impressive turn ever. And we are going to get ourselves a trinket. So, Capsule has a black casting cost, but it's not a black card, right? It's just black in the casting cost. So that's a shame. It doesn't work with Spinning Darkness. Soon we will be able to hard cast Spinning Darkness. Luckily we have the capsule for that guy. But maybe it's just a bait to get us to use capsule until Atog comes. But we are going to fall into that trap. We're not. Or are we gonna take one hit from the Frogmite in case we draw Undying Evil? No! Die, Frogmite! And we are fetching ourselves a swamp. Still only 2 black cards in the graveyard. Capsule. And next turn we can hardcast the Spinning Darkness because we are horribly flooded. I started non-play. Oh my god. Okay. He also brought in duress, and I think that's wrong. They are used to bringing in duress against counterspell decks, but I don't have counterspells. They don't know that. And duress is normally pretty bad. He doesn't have anything else. I would have used the Chromatic Star long ago. He does have something else. It's Mr. Atog! And he didn't care much about the Spinning Darkness. This is a great neutralizer for Atog. And we just keep lining the aqueducts up. I don't think it matters if you play aqueduct. There is Bayuka Bog doesn't have much effect on him. If Bayuka Bog had an effect, we would probably... He could play Reaping the Graves in the sideboard. Oh my god, he's top decking like a king. Block. And die. Okay, so what now? Must draw business. It will look pretty random to say that we have a 75% win percentage over Affinity, and then just lose 0-2, 0-2 against them. But that's magic. And I've been having a really interesting series of alternating floods and mana shortages. And also Affinity is a deck that will just win some of the time. Why does he even have a stop in his upkeep? I'm not gonna use the Tragic Slip on the Atog. He will just grow out of it and draw card, so it doesn't do anything. I wait until I can do a 13-13. For example, if I get sacrifice effect. Oh, Trinket deck, do stuff, please. And now I'm more tempted to use it. And as it gets him to sacrifice an artifact. Now I will use it. I don't think it's correct, but it does kill a land. That might be significant later on. I don't think it will be significant. There will be a lot of damage in my head though. There could be 14 damage, but I'll probably just take 8 this turn. Unless he's got fling, in which case I could die. Myrenforcer. Well, you really need mana to combat opposing creatures like this. And I'm probably dead next turn. There are a few cards I want to draw here. That card is, however, one of the cards I want to draw. And I can just Crypt Rat for 4. Means Aatrox will survive if he sacrifices 2 artifacts. And that's okay with me. And maybe I was stupid to play the Aqueducts instead of getting that last swamp onto the field, because I could do one more, and that would actually force him to sacrifice 1 more artifact if he wanted Aatrox to live. But I don't expect him to go all sacrifice crazy here. No, he lets Aatrox die. And then it's a top deck war. A top deck war at 11-16 is a pretty good thing for Trinket. I said that last time too, didn't I? Hoverguard is probably the creature, except for Kroakan, that we want to see the most out of his creatures. It's just bad against us. So let's draw a Muldrifter, but that's even better. It's Trinket Mage. So Grim Harvest, Trinket Mage capsule. We have used only 1 capsule, and we do want to waste that capsule on the Hoverguard. Or do we? Yes, because we have Trinket Mage and get us Grim Harvest back. We do, however, very much like to draw a Muldrifter. Sorry for my opponent being this slow, but it's the tournament practice room, so they have time. I've tried to cut parts out, but not the best at that. So there we go. All of the aqueducts. There's a full house of aqueducts. And if he now bolts the Trinket Mage, we'll be very disappointed, because that will kill Grim Harvest. And Grim Harvest is our key to victory now. It is so important, and there it is again. So we can actually now double Grim Harvest, and This time we are going for the Augur of Skulls, because we need to kill that thing in his hand, which is probably Fling. And we'll get back both harvests. So we can then double harvest for Fume Splitters to kill stuff. Now he saves 2 cards in his hand. That means we want them! And we want Grim Harvest back. It's probably very greedy to go for both harvests here. But I am a greedy person. So I will go for it. Okay, we should be able to pull this through. What? Okay. Why didn't he use that Galvanic Blast? I don't know. We are attacking. And we need to consider having the kill zone. So we might have to Grim Harvest a Crit Rat. Or an Augur. Or both. I'm harvesting a Crypt Rat, and I can Crypt Rat for 6. And that next turn I can Crypt Rat for 8. So that means that this Crypt Rat will be lethal. I am also getting Augur, so I can empty his hand before I Crypt Rat. And I am prepared to lose 1 harvest. So here I'm just gonna empty his hand and take him out. Oh, he didn't force me to consider if I would let the harvest go or not. So it's on to the 3rd game. We did win a game against Affinity. Let's see if we can win a match. We could. Okay, what's his name? Terry Blaze. We will we'll ban him there for leaving after 1 whole match. That's pretty bad. And we might... So then we can't count that as a victory. So it will just be oh, sorry, that was my novel. It will just be... Yeah, 0-0. He left. That sucks. So I'm going. Okay, I found my buddy hpmate. I don't know what he's playing. He knows that I'm playing Trinket. And I'm happy with that. And now I feel that I need a win. This feels like a 2nd turn Sign in Blood. Depending on what he plays. Well, you've seen me play against Stompy today. We really need to kill this Nettle Sentinel, and we don't need to kill it too early, so it's the odd chance he will cast a Rancor on it, but we will kill it now. And now we're basically trying to set up a giant crypt rats. Howl pack was unfortunate. I think we might need to sign here for removal. And then look for a swamp. So we are going to take some damage. Ledge walker. So now we could kill the ledge walker, but that doesn't accomplish a lot. So I think the play here is Chittering Rats for blocker. And then play Dimir Aqueduct to get as much. No, we want to rid him of cards. So we are gonna play Ogre of Skulls, Fume Spitter, Aqueduct. And then we're gonna block Queer Ranger with the Fume Spitter. And hope he doesn't have a rank or howl pack. We do have the stop set, yes. Young Wolf is always a pain. But we might now have learned how to stack Crypt Rats. But it's hard to stack Crypt Rats. Oh, of course, that can be done. And here it comes. And I am gonna use it on the Queen Ranger. Again, having the plan that the young wolf should never die if possible. So this is me attacking his hand a lot this turn. We are gonna use the Chittering Rats too. Saving the Crypt Rats one more turn. Until we could actually do it for 3 and get rid of his team. Hopefully. Edict isn't too critical right now. So let's Chitter. And Spit, whereas Chittering Rat could actually kill the Spitter now. Sorry, Chittering Rats could kill Queer Ranger. And then maybe we can stack Crypt Rats correctly and get rid of everybody. Though one Howl pack on the Ledge Walker will be disastrous. Here they come. And now I'm a bit interested in trying to get rid of the young wolf. But we can still get rid of the young wolf, so it's no big danger. I think we are still gonna block the Queeron Ranger. And I should have blocked the young wolf too, and then killed the Queen Ranger. Okay, so now I have the big turn. So let's stack it correctly now. You can't even use guided carriage. The first thing we do is the second thing that's going to happen. So we're going to crypt that for 2, and then we're going to crypt that for 1. So this is me crypt writing for 2, which is the last thing that will happen. And then we crypt that for 1, which is the first thing that will happen. So here's a crypt that for 1. And here's young wolf coming back, getting crypt ready for 2. Sweet! I'm glad I did that correctly, as I did it incorrectly in the Trinket versus Stompy video at the very end. Sorry to spoil it for you. One good thing with Stompy is that they really can't do any damage to you unless they have creatures. Of course. And they are not gonna have any more creatures, because I am now getting myself a capsule, which is a sweet thing to have. And I can kill 2 creatures, or maybe even 3 with Spittler, so I am quite happy about this. I will now use my superior card drawing things and win. And actually get a win in this first play session. Maybe. Young wolf. And how do we handle young wolf? Maybe just let him hang out. And try to 2-for-1 him when he tries to do something. Or just block him with Trinket Mage. But it seems that the aggression will stop here. For the time being. Because we don't like to 2-for-1 ourselves. And we do have all the time in the world. Queen Ranger must die. Ogre of Skulls! We should have attacked there, right? I'm gonna make him discard whatever he is holding. Probably lands. But that's a lot better than him having the lands in play. And this is my plan for winning. Casting Muldrifters. Okay. Now it's no more Mr. Nice Guy. And that's absolutely not what you want to do with the Stompy deck. You want the young wolf to count as a 2-for-1 and not be in that situation. And we will kill the young wolf now. So then I could 1-for-1 the young wolf. And that's exactly what I wanted. We also have an edict for the ledge walker, so It's all pretty good from here. We should have waited for a Rancor. Of course we should have waited for the Rancor. Damn! I need to get more patient. You probably saw that if you looked at the Power T plays Burn versus Delver video, how patient he is compared to me. I'm always impatient when I play Magic. That's one of my biggest faults. But right now I feel that I have Stompy under control. Oh my god, that's just plain broken. And it's the win, right? Not yet. But it is for certain the draw. The draw is now ensured. And the win next turn. And I'm definitely not gonna let him have a draw phase here. But I'm just gonna kill him. Like that! Okay, so Stompy. The sideboard has changed a lot, but it's pretty easy to sideboard against Stompy. We don't want Augur of Skulls because he's too slow. We don't want Signing Blood because we don't want to die. We do want Chittering Rats. They're good at blocking. They are good at giving us card advantage. We want the Verdicts. We want the Spinning Darknesses that are arguably better than Verdicts in this matchup. And hopefully we can now trash poor hpmate here to get ourselves a victory. Yeah, waiting for sideboarding, not very entertaining. Here is my note so far. I'm 317, 163, I have 66% match percentage. And we're 1-0 against hpmate playing Stompy. This is a wonderful keep. Having double Fume Splitter Life Staff is strong against Stompy. And we absolutely hate Nettle Sentinel. We do hate Nettle Sentinel so much. So what about the first land here? I think it needs to be, we need to get the Swamp to be able to play with Spit the Life Staff as soon as possible. And we are getting a Swamp here, make no mistake about it. Or are we? That's Rancor. We don't like Rancor. Are we getting a Swamp? I think we could afford to get an island. No, it is a Swamp because of the Crypt Rats. Undying Evil. That's interesting. Yeah, we're gonna go for the kill here of the Nettle Sentinel. Because he missed his land drop and getting rid of his creatures is pretty powerful. So next turn we can spend deploying things. We do have 2 creatures in the graveyard. Wow, I really want to kill you, Queer Ranger. And I probably have to, but I want to use the Life Staff. And we do have the Spinning Darkness for the Life Staff. That's a good card. So, Tragic Slip. and life staff. A weird game. Both players don't have any mana. Wild Mongrel. Oh, he's a wild mongrel. And that's a pretty good card against him. Those sets us back an entire turn. But we're going to try to get the Rancor with it. That would just be too nice. Ledgewalker sucks. So now he has to discard 2 cards to save the Wild Mongrel. Except that he can just change it to black, so he has to discard 1 card. If he thinks about it. I'm not sure he thinks about it, but it's usually default to change the color to black. So then that doesn't work. And we will have to use the edict. We did at least get rid of something of Groundswell actually. Yeah, that some mana would be nice. Now we have a Rancored Ledgewalker and it feels pretty far to Crypt Rats. We can enable Tragic Slip though. And we are gonna equip him twice. Nothing else happens and nothing else does happen. So let's race. This is 6 life whenever we want it. So it's somewhat good. Next turn we could both Tragic Slip and Capsule. Oh wow. I want him to cast something so I can Undying Evil Fume Spitter there. But I'm gonna save that for the Tragic Slip thing. But Undying Evil on the Fume Spitter and then equipping it again is pretty powerful here. So there's no way he can do 9 next turn, is there? Nice! We should just edict here, right? There is no way of getting him to use the growth effect. So it's pretty much just use the edict when you can. Now, unless he has a second Ledgewalker here, we are pretty well off. But he did. And now I think we need to use our fume splitter and give us 6 lives. So we cast Undying Evil. Use the fume splitter on itself. Get it back. And equip it. That means it will also survive the crypt rats if we use the crypt rats now. But we need to draw 1 more mana for that to happen. Wow. Okay, then we are pretty safe, right? Yeah, we just need to hit next turn, and that should be easy. He will have to overextend, and we are patient player now. Because Power T has taught us to be patient. And there we got ourselves a Wines of Westwood for our troubles. And we did raise Stompy using double life staff. Oh, guess verdict. And this is Fume Spitter scoring the last points of damage. Thank you for watching Magic Gathering Strat. I'm Dan, and I've been playing a training session with Blue-Black Trinket Control. There are several links in the show notes of this film to more information on Blue-Black Trinket Control. The Pauper Walkthroughs 6 and 7 are all about Blue-Black Trinket Control. So if you like this deck, check it out. Thank you for watching.